Price line, 519, 520, it just contracted. It was $4 wide. There's been a few prints up here at the highs of 522, 522. Then now you're down here. It closes at 518.83. I will tell the MMTs on how to get entries. You've had a double daily big ass breakout. So let's start the orders. You're going to have to go to your platform, but let's confirm that the shakedown would be 115.80 would be where my limit would be at slightly below that close. And then it would have to bounce and turn wild and break up north of that 525 that I was talking about yesterday. And how far does day 3 go off of the bottom of that low entry? And how do I clock those profits at that wholesale bid? And how do I work that bid and that ask? I'm going to open up in 1 minute from now. And that's where the limit orders need to be. And that is below the close. I said 1575 and I'm live here right now. 1580, yeah. 515.75. That's what I'm talking about. And you're getting ready to open, and you're not ready for it. And if you don't get these things when they wind up these bottoms, you'll miss these moves and the debits that go along with it. This is day 3 of the price line movement. Day 1, day 2 is yesterday morning when I was telling people to get in right around that 498, 500 area, and you went up higher in the delta. And that is your entry, and that is how to work the bid and ask on a price line bid live here. Now, here we are. We're going to hit that opening bell, and here it is. Bam! 521.46 printed. 521.47 on 11,500 shares. Look at that rip on that Google opening bell. You can see it. Just keep those limit orders down there on the price line and watch that high on that Google trade. See if they hit those highs and start their reversals right away on them opening bells. Look at how they gapped up those call contracts. They're getting inflated. They were very deflated for a period of time. They're going to report earnings today after the closing bell. Right here, right now, one of the things that I'm teaching the MMTs is at what point do they start to sell into moves because they would be exhausted at the current high price levels within the last 20-day trend structure. And where does the top of the pricing structure start to diminish with half bar reversals to confirm? Otherwise, they continue to pull back and hit that bull support line and then bounce within their actual opening bell ranges here and now live. And we can see that this one never did come down. He held the 520. That's called a gap, but we'll keep that lower market. We'll see where they get on those highs of 523.49. And we'll see what happens right below that 524.85 handle when it does go up there and test it. Does it break through there and go north of that 525? And if you look in the brain, it could work its way, I believe, right up to that 529.60 handle area on a day 3 breakout that I'm seeing in progress on 21,000 shares. That's what I'm seeing. So we're breaking a series of highs. Price line trend has certainly caught up with the broader group now, per se. Yes, it had highs of 549, and nothing says that this thing can't break those highs in this kind of short-term exuberant markets. And here we are right now, bid and ask. And you can see the prints. And this was a huge breakout. And this is day 3 of it. And I will be showing charts. There's your diminishing movements on the opening bell. The first 20 minutes is a key. Why? Because you can see that our great trade here is breaking higher, and you can see that the 445 calls that people are holding are working quite nicely. They don't give them a lot of premium, but the higher that you go up toward 445, eventually they will give them a lot more. So we do have people in this one as featured. You need good backup plans for their earnings. You need good plan over here and how this name is going to react. But once again, on the opening bell, we're going to be looking at the futures again and what they're doing on that opening bell. Here's your opening bell. And you're coming, once you come down here, you don't break these bottoms, you're going to come back up. But to confirm that the prices are going to be exhausted is that you would have to be rolling over here at this area going down, not meaning that your highs are much lower than the previous high. So this high would have to have a reversal. And this is the opening bell on the E-mini S&P Futures 500. The opening bell now is 4 minutes into play. And this was top of the pre-market reversal. That's your new resistance level. Now, if you're going to confirm price diminishing values, you have to sell down greater than you went up. You don't just hold support level, but to confirm it in equities, once you make that high, you're going to reverse and break the half bar areas on the way down again. This is how you're going to be watching the tape to see if that comes into play. Once again, the pullbacks are viable for shorter term trades on all of the names. You're just now pulled back on the Apple trade. That's where you want to get your entry because it already pulled back and it's winding off of there, and it made how many highs on Apple? 60 highs and 10 lows in 5 minutes.